These fellas, I dared challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills. They're just as good as dead.
Fight fans, welcome back to another Mike Tyson career recap video here on Boxingverse.
I don't know why you talk to me like that when you know I'll kill you for it.
Today, we'll be taking a look at the night Tyson showed absolutely zero respect for his opponent. That was none other than Donovan "Razor" Ruddock. Throughout his run for the undisputed heavyweight championship, Mike never trash-talked anyone, never committed any fouls in the ring, and was always there to help his opponents recover when he knocked them out. But there comes a time when a man's had enough, and the whole story changes when that man is Mike Tyson.
If there is a way to beat Mike Tyson, how do you do it? I don't.
357 Magnum.
I'm starting to think.
Good chance.
After suffering from a condition called costochondritis, where Tyson was in immense chest pain, the fight that was billed as the fight of the year between Mike Tyson and Donovan "Razor" Ruddick had been postponed, with Iron Mike taking on a less skilled opponent with many more losses than Ruddock, called James "Buster" Douglas. Knowing that his opponent was nearly a journeyman that had been beaten by most of Tyson's early rivals, he spent most of his time out of the gym rather than inside, exploring the beauties of Japan and totally ignoring what would later be the biggest upset in boxing.
Fighter who likes to work behind a stiff left jab. Another right hand lead by Douglas. Another right hand lead lands for Douglas.
And a good right uppercut and two more good rights by Douglas.
It is the shot that will finish things in his
the uppercut.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
It's over. It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out.
Tyson had been knocked out and had lost all three of his major title belts, with his promoter Don King now in a strange position, trying to understand which fight would put the former champion back on the pedestal. Would it be George Foreman, Evander Holyfield, or perhaps the strong Canadian Razor Ruddock? Ruddock at the time was a well-established heavyweight, respected among his peers and known for his devastating left hook that was able to decapitate his opponents, most famously knocking the former champion Michael Dokes out cold in the spring of 1990. A win over Bone Crusher Smith and Mike Weaver were some of the highlights of Razor Ruddock that granted him the spot with the biggest superstar at the time, Iron Mike Tyson.
One thing Tyson have is that he's been knocked out before by a lesser opponent, and he's going to sleep again.
Mike Tyson, Razor Ruddock dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count.
Both men had no titles, and both men had suffered losses from boxers that were counted as huge underdogs, with Ruddock's case being a little bit more interesting, as he'd given up against David Hocko, a boxer who lives through the highlight of him getting knocked out by Tommy the Duke Morrison.
There's a left hand, Jake goes down and probably out.
Tyson, obviously under pressure knowing that if he didn't knock out Ruddock, his career would be basically over, was very serious throughout the build-up for the fight, obviously trying his best to intimidate Ruddock, who was his best opponent yet after his loss to Douglas. After a successful weigh-in the day before the fight, everything was set for the big stage, and both Mike Tyson and Donovan "Razor" Ruddock were ready for the fight of the year. Tyson came into the fight with his traditional black trunk, black shoes apparel that made him feel like a warrior, not showing a single emotion during the ring announcements, as he was from the start all business.
Round one scheduled for... Well, he's ready for it. He threw his bomb. Oh, a right on the button. Another solid right. It's done something. It stopped Iron Mike. Oh, what a right hand from an associate minister. Lets them know he doesn't seem to care. A hard body punch by Tyson.
The fight was a hard-fought one, with both men hitting each other with power punches throughout the fight, with Tyson having the edge as early in the second round. He scored a controversial knockdown, hitting Ruddock with a left hook on the shoulder and then tripping over Tyson's right legs.
Definite hit on the break. Boy, that could eliminate the knockdown. It's the post, because the Hurricane is building in with one punch when he should be. Ruddock just went back to Tyson. Maybe holding on for...
After hitting Tyson with a straight left hand with less than 10 seconds to go in the round, Tyson countered with a powerful left hook to the side of Ruddock's head that again put the bigger man down. It was apparent that Tyson was showing signs of his older self, as his bobbing and weaving, his powerful left hooks were all present during a big fight as such that wasn't even for a belt.
Warning. Oh, this one. Well, that was a good shot by Ruddock. Doc King. Oh, there's a right hand by Mike Tyson. You question his integrity or his honesty. A flurry. Tyson with another. Tyson is patiently just cut. He's gone to sleep.
In the 7th round, Tyson was able to hit Ruddock with a 6-punch combination, though Ruddock remained on his feet and was seemingly healthy enough to continue the fight. Steele stepped between the two fighters and stopped the fight, awarding Tyson the victory by technical knockout. But what would happen later is just another day in Mike Tyson's life.
And now it's my turn to hit something. Here for withstanding this kind of barrage. Oh, what a right by Tyson! That wavered. He wavered in the breeze just then. Tyson has Ruddock on the ropes. If Tyson applies the pressure, he's got. Oh, now the right combination. Steele steps in. Is it over? It's over. It's over. And Mike Tyson has defeated Razor Ruddock here in the 7th round. It's going to be ugly now. He wasn't down. He had been counted. That was too soon a knockdown. There's going to be an awful ugly scene here. There's a brawl in the ring. Giacchetti's under all of that. The handlers are going at it.
This was the second time a Steele stoppage had caused controversy in 12 months. In the previous year, Richard Steele served as referee for a world super lightweight title fight between Julio Cesar Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. With the fight entering its final round, Taylor was winning on 2 judges' scorecards, but had taken a significant amount of physical punishment, with Chavez eventually dropping Taylor in the final 20 seconds of the 12th round. And even though Taylor made it to his feet, Steele called a halt to the contest 2 seconds shy of its completion after Taylor didn't respond to him.
He probably wins the fight. I can't believe it!
Unbelievable! Richard Steele stopped the fight with fewer than 5 seconds to go.
Whatever the case was, this was a fight that let everybody know that Tyson was indeed back, with bad intentions. For the remaining of his career, he'd be viewed as this juggernaut and would even be labeled as the baddest man on the planet for hardly showing any respect for anyone in the ring. The whole controversy around the stoppage sparked a fire inside Tyson, and so a second fight with Ruddock was called for the same year. But that's perhaps a story for another day. Until that day, this is Mike Tyson's greatest hits.